Hey guys, what's happening? Icy Cat here, and today we have the newest teaser trailer for the next operator for Rainbow Six. This time we're taking a look at the Hong Kong defender, Lesion. And that's the newest trailer that we have for the operator. So Lesion is somebody that is going to be going around the map and tossing out these deployable mines. Let's break this down frame by frame and take a closer look at all the information that we can find out here. So this first sequence shows him running through, and we can see that Lesion is equipped with the 612 SD shotgun. We'll get more into his weapons loadout in just a minute. This is the same sequence that we saw in the leak for this operator last week. This is just showing the inverse of that image we saw from the backside. And as you can see in the next shot, that is the identical sequence. He then reaches into his assault vest and he pulls out one of his deployable mines. It is a little bit larger than a grenade, but you can throw it like one. So he'll go ahead and toss that out, and it will unfold these legs to help keep it balanced on the floor. And then after that, the upper casing of the shell will eject off, revealing these wicked looking barbs. Now, if we stop it here on this next image, we can actually see something interesting. If you look closely, these are not actually barbs so much as they look like the same kind of vials that are pictured on the front of Lesion's assault vest. As you can see from this image here, he has quite a few of them strapped to the front of his vest, and they look like the same syringe vials that are pointing upward in the casing of the mine itself. Now, it's unclear exactly how these work. Keep in mind, this is the operator that was formerly codenamed Caltrip, so this is keeping with that. This is somebody that has something that's on the ground that you step on that causes pain or something of that sort. This appears to be a biological agent of some kind, definitely not Geneva Convention friendly as far as operator gadgets go, although most of our trap-based operators would fall into the same category. We're not exactly sure of how this gadget will impact the attacking operators. We do know based off the description that was given that these are cloaked toxic mines and they inject a compound which injures opponents and limits their speed. So it sounds like there's a damage component as far as health is concerned, as well as slowing them down. So what that might look like is perhaps that operator can no longer sprint for a certain period of time until the effects wear off, or maybe even their walking speed is reduced, something even slower yet. Injure is kind of a term, though, that I'm not really sure what it means. Typically, when an opponent is injured, that puts them into a down but not out state. So maybe it's something like where you step on a frost trap, and the welcome mat actually puts you in an injured state until another operator comes and revives you. If at that point you are revived and pulled out of that injured state, then perhaps you have like a 50% move rate penalty or something like that because of the lingering poison. Or maybe in this case, injure simply means damage to health, and not the injure that we typically see in the game. At this point, it's just speculation, and we're going to have to wait and see exactly what that translates to in game. The fact that these mines are cloaked, though, are going to definitely make them very deadly to deal with. Now, just as that image fades out, we can see that it actually begins to lose opacity, and that is the cloaking device beginning to take effect. As we know from the description, this operator's device uses cloaking technology to make sure that the mine remains hidden visually. It's going to share a similar effect to Echo's drone that stays cloaked. This is going to be an indirect buff for IQ. She's going to be able to spot these the most effectively. Thatcher's EMP grenades will hopefully be able to disable these. We'll find out soon. Another interesting piece of information we might be able to gather from this final image is take a look at the fact that the mine itself is cloaking. It's going transparent, and yet the ejected upper shell casing off to the left side is completely visible. This might be a visual tell, letting players know that there's a mine in the area that they need to be careful of. Visual trace left behind for an otherwise invisible gadget. There may also be some type of sound cue that goes with this, as some of the operator's gadgets have some way that even if you don't have IQ, that you would be able to detect this gadget is in an area. Clearly, though, this operator's gadget is designed to help slow down attacking rushes and just sort of temper the aggressive rushing that's been present in the game the last season or two. Between Lesion's concealed mines and Ella's concussion mines, there seems to be a lot of focus on slowing down that faster running gameplay. This is going to make attacking operators have to really be careful as they run through areas, take things a little bit slower, more cautiously, or else set off one of these two mine types between these two new defensive operators. So let's take a look at this defensive operator's weapons loadout. On the Rainbow Six developer blog, it's now been revealed that Lesion's primary weapons will be the T5 SMG or the 612 SD shotgun. So the T5 is something that I can't can't find any search results on, but we did have a leaked data mined from earlier this year, a few months back in the technical test servers. They found references to the JS9 submachine gun. This is probably a case where licensing issues took over and they couldn't keep the real name of the weapon, so they gave it kind of a fictional name, but it will probably be that JS9 submachine gun, just with this altered name. As for the 612 SD shotgun, we covered this on Friday in the operator video for Ying, but this is an especially cool combat shotgun. It comes with a revolver cylinder of 12 gauge shells that sits in a bullpup configuration for this shotgun. So you're going to eject this cylinder almost like a magazine would. You're just going to pop it out and pop a new one in. It's going to be a fast reload even though it's a cylinder feed. Furthermore, it has a suppressor on the front. This is going to be something that is going to reduce the overall noise signature of the weapon. The only other suppressed shotgun we have in the game for comparison is the Saiga 12 variant that's used by the Spetsnaz operators Kapkan and Tachanka. Most people don't even use the suppressor on it because frankly it becomes a marshmallow shooter when you do, so we'll have to see where the damage is on this particular model. It has an advantage between being suppressed, fast reload speed, bullpup configuration, and a good strong rate of fire, so is the Achilles heel of this weapon perhaps going to be the damage? We'll have to see. Like Ying, Lesion's secondary handgun is going to be the same Q929, pretty much a standard 9mm pistol variant. These operators are due out August 29th after the Gamescom reveal for this coming weekend. Now, I've gotten a lot of questions from people asking if the operators in the map come out on the 29th, does that mean that we will be getting these operators then if you have Season Pass 7 days early on the 22nd, which is tomorrow as of the recording date of this video? The answer to that is no. The 29th is when you get the new free map, as well as the operators if you have the Season Pass. If you do not have the Season Pass, you still get the new free map that day, but you have to wait until September 5th until you get the operators if you do not have access to the 7-day early Season Pass. That wraps up this first teaser trailer that we have for Lesion, the new Hong Kong defensive operator. So what do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments below, or share with me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Now, if you want to make sure that you stay up to date on all the latest news and information for Rainbow Six Siege, as well as the upcoming DLC content, then go ahead and like and subscribe. Please do click that notification icon so that you can be alerted as soon as new information is made available. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.